it going? So this video I want to make it about the recent heat wave that Canada is getting and the US are getting, and all of our fish are dying everywhere. I feel particularly sad actually for Joey that lost his two baby sharks. I mean, you worked so hard on like bringing them up and hatching them, and you were such a proud daddy, like, and then I seen your updates on them and it just killed me inside. I'm like, oh, god damn it, you know, like those were such nice little sharks. I actually wanted one myself after seeing your video. I'm like, I want a baby shark and I want to hatch it and everything. And this morning also I went on Instagram and I looked at my fellow aquarists, and you're all losing fish everywhere, and I'm like, what the heck, you know? And even fish shops and everywhere I go, everyone's saying, oh, my fish are dying of the heat. And last week when it was really hot, I went to do a maintenance on a lady's two tanks. Actually, hi, she probably remembers me. And the tanks were boiling hot because the heaters were still on, but the heaters were not actually understanding how hot it was inside and just kept up doing their regular job regardless of what temperature was in the room at that time. So basically fish were boiling there too. So I just want to like say that I'm really sorry for all of your losses, and like deep inside it really touches me to have so many fish die everywhere. And if I can help, I will help today. I read and saw a lot of videos of what you guys are doing to compensate with the heat wave. As you can see behind me, I closed the window, but we also are having a horrible heat wave. I'm in Montreal, Canada, and if you guys live here or been here, you probably know climate changes 360 degrees randomly at any time. We get -40 during the winter and we get +40 during the summer, and the humidity goes like that all the time. So we never know what kind of conditions we're gonna get. So sorry, there's so much sun I can't even film in here. So basically I have some recommendations for what to do. I saw a lot of people saying that you need to put ice packs in your aquarium, and I'm a bit iffy about that. Yes, it will lower your heat, but it will also make the temperature of your tank extremely unstable, because the quantity of your ice will diminish and its effect will diminish, and then it's gonna do like that in your tank. So the instability of the temperature by putting a cold pack or ice in your aquarium, it's gonna make it even worse for your fish than just letting things be. Now, I'm not saying let things be in the 35 to 40 degrees. I'm talking in Celsius. Just because here in Canada we work in Celsius, but I'm saying 90 and 100 Fahrenheit, basically. So no on the cold packs and things like that. Basically, my real recommendation, okay, the #1 most important thing is preparation is key. If you have expensive or sensitive fish that you truly love, you will be prepared. I know there's this YouTuber out there that always talks about weather forecast, and he always starts his video with, be prepared. Well, that's exactly what you gotta be, okay? Because if you're not prepared, your fish are gonna die, and you're gonna cry, and we're all gonna cry and die. So I hope my lighting here is okay. I'm trying to move away from the sun, but I think I'll just go back to where I was. Be prepared by, #1, have a source of alternate power, okay? If you see that your AC is not cooling down, make sure to have an efficient AC. If you lose power during a heat wave, make sure to have backup electricity. Have a backup generator, have solar panels. If you have a heat wave, perfect, solar energy is right there already on top of your head. It's expensive, but is it more expensive than the cost of your hobby? Is it more expensive than all the tanks you're running in your fish room? think of it that way. And also think that some places actually rent out generators and solar panels. So have these options already there written down somewhere as a backup plan. Like, I need a generator, where can I get one? If you know you're prone to losing power or needing extra energy in your house, make sure to reserve that generator. But the best is just to buy a generator or to get solar panels. I know it's not an option for everyone, but your fish. So like an example, in the month of May, I didn't make a video about it, but I should have, not that we are here. In the month of May, we had a huge windstorm here in Montreal, because we're on an island. Montreal is basically an island, so we get all types of climates here. We had a huge windstorm, and around midnight, power cut off. And I spent all night wiggling a whisk in all my tanks to aerate them. I spent the whole night whisking my tanks, and I have 15 tanks, so that was a hell of a night. And comes morning, we still don't have power. Like 9-10 a.m. we still don't have power. I sent my husband to the hardware store, and we got a big ass generator, and we didn't have power until the same day, 6 p.m. so my fish would have all been dead by then. It was already warm, and there was no electricity, there was nothing, no backup. We're the only ones in our region actually to have a generator. But let me tell you, the murmur of that loud like gas generator made me feel at peace, because I could run all the filtration and everything on all of my tanks at once. Obviously I had power cords all over laid down, but everyone survived. And that's what you gotta keep in mind. You gotta keep in mind the survival of your fish, because I guess you love them if you have them, and if you're a store, that's your business, that's your lifeline, so you really need to have a backup power. I mean, cooling down with opening the windows and the ice, it's like limits, and it's gonna make it unstable, totally unstable. So the best is the electrical power of stabilizing your things. Also, what did I want to say? Oh, and if you're gonna have a fish room and you have options of where to place in your fish room, put it in a subterranean habitat. What I mean is, if you have a basement, make your fish room in the basement. I mean, number one, you cannot crash your floors if you're in the basement, so go on, put on as many gallons as you want. And secondarily, in a basement, you have the isolation of the earth that's keeping you from having all these fluctuations. Also, it will make it cooler. You know, the earth is always cooler. So I will just show you. I'm here. I live in a semi-basement, not because it's glorious, but because I love my fish to that extent that whatever happens to them, like, I'm responsible. And here it is 35 degrees or something outside, and I'll just show you the thermometer. I don't know if you can see properly my thermometer. So this is a thermometer that basically says what temperature it is in the tank and what temperature there is outside in the room. Right here in the room, we're standing at 25 degrees, which is about 78 Fahrenheit. And since my heaters are all still on, I am at, well, now I changed to 26, but basically it's the same temperature in the tank as it is in the room. Now, another really important thing is check your heaters. I mean, we all have heaters in our tanks if we have tropical fish, and oftentimes heaters will not acknowledge what's going on in your room. So they just keep doing their thing and heating and heating and heating, which is super dangerous. It can heat up to like 40 degrees or more, you know. Yet again, that's in Celsius. So one of the heaters that I noticed really doesn't respond to the exterior temperature is the Jagger heater. My client that I just went to see last week with the heat wave, she had Jaggers in both of her tanks, and they did not acknowledge that the room was like being a sauna. So they kept on heating and boiling her fish away. So make sure to check your heaters. Always have a thermometer outside in the room so you can monitor what is the temperature of your room, and have a thermometer on the tank. Those digital ones are amazing. I mean, it tells you the temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit, and it's pretty accurate. Basically, there's this piece. So there's this piece that is inside, okay, that tells you the temperature of your aquarium, and then you have the thermometer right here. So it tells you the temperature quite accurately. They're digital, so they're quite accurate. I would not trust those old ones that you just glue on the glass and tells you with mercury what temperature it is. Sometimes they're iffy. They work, but they're iffy. So have a digital thermometer and have one in the room to make sure your temperatures match and they go accordingly with each other. But if you're experiencing a heat wave and you know you're inside of the house or shop or wherever is boiling, unplug those damn heaters. You don't need a heater when it's hot, okay? So that's another thing. Also, you must increase your air circulation, your flow. You must, when the heat increases, you have less dissolved oxygen in the tank. Now, what I think is probably happening to a lot of you, because I've seen a lot of fish being actually bloated upon their death. When temperature rises, bacteria also rises exponentially. Bacteria breeds way more in warmer climates than in colder ones. So lack of oxygen, overheating, and overbacteria, bam, dead fish. So it's very important that you keep circulation in your tanks, like maximum oxygen, less oxygen, more bacteria, more oxygen, less bacteria. It just goes one with the other. So super important. Keep your temps low with electronic devices, with like power generators. Turn off your heaters, up your circulation, your aeration, and turn off your lights also. Turn off the lights. They don't need lights. Lights are like just an extra source of heat. You don't need an extra source of heat. And the most obvious thing, don't feed your fish. Because the more you feed them, the more you'll have bacteria bloom in your tanks. So don't feed your fish during a heat wave. If you really absolutely must, because you have fry or something, feed them very minimally, and vegetable-based food. Those are the least polluting foods you can put in your aquarium. So guys, I hope I've been helpful. I really want all of your fish to survive. It angers me to see fish just die, and we could have done something about it. Like, it's not obvious things to somebody, like, and I just want to prevent your fish from dying. And I know this heat wave is gonna go on for another week or two, so people, be prepared. Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell button, because otherwise you will never see my videos again. They just don't show up in the feed. So nah, don't do that. Hit the bell button, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, ciao.